So I think the helicopter idea might be out. I remember showing you what I'm about to show you now. Someone had sent me this in Patreon. And I'm like, oh, I remember that thing. We were doing a Three Amigos, me, Cliff, and Bix. This is probably maybe 2 years ago, 2018 probably. And it's called the Black Fly. And I'll save that for last. So I'm thinking, yeah, the helicopter obsolete. This is the future. It's basically like your own personal drone you sit inside of and control. Electric motors and everything. It's really cool. I'm going to show it to you in a minute. But I've been saving this email since, I guess, Monday. And I thought, man, what a nice email. I just want to read it. And then we'll get into the video of this electric drone thing. Hello, Jay Snip. My name is Victoria, and I'm from Texas. I've been a Patreon member for a while and have always wanted to reach out and say thank you for everything you do and all the hard work you put into Realist News. I have followed your channel for years. My mom showed me your channel back in 2015, before the presidential election, when I was just a senior in high school. I also started buying cryptos when I could, with a high school kid budget, and now I am currently about to graduate from Texas Tech with a BBA in accounting and an MSA in tax. When I applied to grad school, I actually had to write about where I saw myself in 10 years and how I plan to use my degree. I wrote about wanting to be a crypto tax accountant because I have been involved with cryptos way before I ever decided to get a tax degree. With that being said, I am very pro-crypto, pro-woo-woo, and pro-Q. I've been following along with your New Mexico adventure and am hoping for the best. That would be amazing. I feel like it wouldn't just be a spiritual journey for you, but also me and the rest of your followers who have first-handedly watched the spirits guide you. Which, there's a little more, so I'll comment on that. First, I got a yawn. Last few nights, man, just not much sleep. Not from baby Ian either. But yeah, the New Mexico stuff. Like I had told everybody too, like, you know, I know it's not official. It's not like you're an investor. You're not coming to my Patreon and supporting me for treasure hunting. You're there to support me for crypto stuff or whatever it is. If some people just show up, don't even care, just to support me, which is awesome. You know, either way. But I said, you know, when I get into this mountain and find what I'm looking for, and every psychic I know, except for my mom, thinks something's in there. There's more in there than others, something, whatever. And I said, Mom, you think you just can't see it? Is it possible it's just being blocked? She goes, yeah, it's possible. I thought, well, maybe that's what's going on, because I'm finding stuff buried, carved rocks, on the way down. Who the hell would do that? And then cover it all back up for fun? We found deteriorated pine cones. Because there's these little pinon pine trees all over the whole area, honestly. And I'm like, guys, this is our first dig. Guys, JC and Dave. This is like the third or fourth badly deteriorated pine cone. Now, this is in a desert climate, so it doesn't rain much anyways. Water has probably never made it even 5 feet down that spot. So it's badly deteriorated, but it's not, gone like it probably could be if it was 300-400 years old, like it should be gone. So we see new ones on the surface, and then these old nasty, just badly deteriorated 5 feet down. And I'm like, how the hell? This is dirt, rock, and rubble we're digging through. Pickaxes. And when I say we, I mean JC and Dave. J-Snip Foreman is what Dave called me, and that's what I am. Thank you very much. I do help when, they need me to dump some buckets or whatever. So, I'm like, how the hell does a pine cone, much less 3 or 4, find its way down 5 feet of the stuff that's backbreaking for us to get through? Unless, and again, it wasn't like we found some at 1 feet, there's more at 2 or 3 feet. No, it was nothing as far as pine cones. And then about 5 feet down, boom, here you go. And I thought, well, yeah, maybe it was getting late that night. Whoever was there covering this thing up. Okay, tomorrow we'll finish this off with the slave labor or whatever. Some pine cone drops in the middle of the night or the morning, whatever. Boom, they come back, finish it off, cover it all up. Okay, done. So I told my Patreons, I said, look, when we finally find one of these, you know, the big one, and I think there's about, we got 4 sites, and honestly, all 4 I think could be big ones. 3 maybe 4. So I said, you know, when that day comes, I may have to make it rain crypto on you. And I'll say, well, how long have you been a follower? It'll tell me, everybody I click on, this person's been with you this long, they've paid this much, you know, month to month so far, blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever that number is, I'm multiplying it. Multiples. It's going to be like an ICO that did multiple X with some treasure money, if I find this damn thing. So, like she says, she's excited. You know, the New Mexico adventure, I'm hoping for the best. It would be amazing. I feel like it wouldn't just be a spiritual journey for you, but also for me and the rest of your followers who have first lived through this, whatever, first-handly, with watch the spirit guides with you, or guide you. So it's true. I'm telling my stories. You know, I haven't told the full story. There's some spiritual stuff I've left out. That's just amazing. So I'm glad to give it. I'm glad to talk about it. And you know, via video, whatever, you guys live, you know, vicariously that way. And I'm excited to do it. You know, I've got, which I'll just show real quick. I got on my desktop. Might as well show it. You know, last time we were there, my daughter and I and her friend, and Fred, the Indian, although he wasn't there when I was droning this. This is on the side of a cliff. Deadly cliff. You can see pottery right here. I think there's 2 of them. You've got what looks like, and when Fred saw this, I showed him the picture. He goes, oh, that's leather. That is leather. He says, yeah, that's leather. I think this is a leather piece. I also think there's another one right here. I believe there's 2. This area is like, when you look at it, it's dark. Almost like stuff was piled in here. And it may not just be rocks and stuff. So what if this is an opening that goes down that way? You know, down. And then back here where I've got the zoom thing, this, when the drone was lower, you could see back a bit. So that looks like a tunnel thing, whatever, going in. So I'm like, dang. You know, and then this over to the left, it has like a design on it. I think this is some kind of like blanket thing that's probably hundreds of years old. Again, maybe it's covering some more of this stuff. Some artifacts or whatever. So I'm like, man, I want to get in there. I got to go back, man. I'm just super excited to do that stuff. And honestly, it's getting hot. It's probably getting, I would never go to that site. It's too hot for that. The hike it would take, you'd have to carry a bunch of water, too much water. But I do want to go back to the main site and work on this triangle rock that we found. Thanks to one of my woo-woo friends telling me, Joe, I'm hearing go around to the backside. There might be another way in. Oh. Sure enough, I find something interesting on the quote-unquote backside. I think it's a capstone to a hole, and it's a triangle rock. So, to continue on with their email, and then we'll get into the airplane, helicopter, drone thing, whatever it is. It's kind of both. I guess it's more of a drone, quadcopter kind of thing, but it ain't quad. It's like 8 propellers on that sucker. So she says, there have been plenty of times I wanted to send a message just to say hey and thank you from a loyal patron, or tell you about how you introduced me to cryptos, which has led me to my career choice of wanting to one day specialize in crypto tax accounting. I have never reached out and always been a silent follower, but for whatever reason, while I was searching and desperately trying to figure out how I'm going to get more theta, I got a feeling that now was the time to reach out to you. Originally, I wanted to ask if you had any advice about how to get theta as a U.S. citizen without having to use a VPN. Fortunately, before I actually got around to emailing you, I did find a crypto swapping site that had theta and let me get some without having to register on an exchange. If you know any other method, let me know, whatever. Even though I figured out how to get theta after all, I still want to say hello and thank you. Keep doing what you're doing and don't ever stop the videos. Victoria. Victoria, ooh, I didn't mean to make you change your career choice, but by this time, 10 years from now, you might be well on your way. So that was a very nice email. It was very sweet. So let's go over here now. Let me show you something. Watch our videos. This was the official launch, and I think this is the one I initially shared with everybody. And We don't really need the music exactly, so I'll keep that lower. And I've checked on their website, and when they get ready to roll it out, like to be able to be purchased, they said it would cost as much as an SUV. So I'm thinking, low end would be the 30-35 range, thousand, maybe somewhere between $35,000 and $45,000. I'm kind of guessing. Which, again, that helicopter I was showing you, brand new, that's $38,000. You put it together yourself. Another $10,000, they'll put it together for you. But look at this sucker. This is the one that I did in the Three Amigos. I was like, because Cliff was talking about the new. He's like, I just want to live long enough to have my flying vehicle. And I'm like, well, check this out. And I think it was 2018 when this just came out. It's got 4 motors, 4 on that wing, 4 on that wing. I call it a wing. It's not really a wing. It's a front and rear piece. And little cockpit there. This guy flying it. Way safer than a helicopter. Almost no maintenance really to do. It's an electric motor. Helicopters, the maintenance and crap you have to deal with, the rebuilds and the engine all the time. Like, Jesus. This is essentially an electric, replace the motors. And this thing, let's see if I get a better view. Right here. So, I saw another video they had where this was inside of an enclosed trailer that you could pull with probably a typical vehicle. And the front wing, I call it wing, whatever, and the back wing both appeared to be off. So you had the fuselage here, the main piece, and then these were separate, laying on the sideways, in the trailer. And then I saw them take them out, and they were starting to mount it to the front of this. So it mounts when you take it out to fly it, if you're trailering it anyways. Of course, if it's at your house, you got a big, garage shed kind of thing. You just set it in there. And they have these little wheel things they were talking. I was reading some of their comments, and you could just easily move it. It's fairly lightweight. So, again, I could trailer this thing out. And look, there's mountain background. How appropriate. Take this thing out to New Mexico. Get fairly close to the mountain. They said this thing will run. I thought I read it would initially, and there was 2 different battery choices too. One I think was 8 kilowatt something battery, I guess, and the other one was a 12 kilowatt. So you're talking a 50% more battery. And it said, well, that one's for USA, and this one's for the bigger one was for the UK or EU zone or something. I thought, well, I don't know why can't we have a bigger one here? Maybe they would. Whatever. It could go 25 miles. So basically, what I do when I use my drone, I drive the vehicle to the spot. Like, okay, this is good. Then I fly the drone to where I want to go scope out stuff, and I look at it, I review the footage later. Okay, oh yeah, that's interesting. Oh, that looks like a, whatever, monument rock. Okay, yeah, I'd like to get back there, but oh my God, it would take insanity to get to this place. I wouldn't come from the bottom up. That's impossible. You have to come from the top down. And again, if you come from the top down, hiking, going down's easy. Going up is brutal on some of how steep this stuff is out there. I'm like, oh, but I was just watching drone footage today, just for fun, old drone footage of me out in, me and the boys out in New Mexico, but it's mainly the drone looking at the mountain, not us. And I'm like, oh, well, if I had this flying device here, or this personal drone here, one single-seater drone, oh, I could land it right there easily. Oh, I could land it right above that little spot and just go right down there, 30 feet. Yeah, it's steep going back up, but it's 30 feet. Not, half a mile, then you got to go that way half a mile, and that kind of thing. So I thought, man, I'm looking at all these places. I'm like, man, if I just had this freaking thing, I could get right up there. This thing will go 60 mile an hour. My drone usually is around, I think, 34 mile an hour. That's usually when I see it on top speed. Although you can turn it on certain mode, I think you can get 40 mile an hour on it. Whatever, I leave it the way it is. I could get to that mountain. Again, I'm driving out to the area, and I can trailer stuff too, because I trailered my Polaris side-by-side when I used to have that thing the first time I went out there. Again, I sold that, then got the Jeep for the second trip and thereafter, and now my Jeep's totaled, as you know that story. But again, no problem. Trailer something out there just like I do my drone anyways, or a side-by-side or a four-wheeler, stop it. I might only have to go half a mile. because it's a straight shot. You know, I'm not going up zigzagging up a mountain road. It's a straight shot, half mile bump there. This thing can go 25 miles. Oh, well, the one particular mountain range is like 3 to 4 miles. I'd say about 4 miles. Okay, so if I go 4 and back, that's 8. Well, I'm going 4 and I'm going to stop a few times. So that's 8 miles. Add another 4 miles worth of battery being used just by me stopping. Again, that doesn't make sense, but okay. There's 12 miles. I'm basically half the battery capacity. And I can make these little quick pit stops. Like, I don't need to get in something, we're going to fly off from an airport and we're going to go, you know, an hour flight that way. No. I'll drive and truck that thing out there. And it's very lightweight. So I'm like, man, yes. So the dude that said this to me in Patreon, I was like, you know, this is that thing that I did on the Three Amigos video with Cliff and them in Bix. It's the same thing. I was like, oh, sweet. I don't know if he knew that, but I'm like, well, good. This, because I'd seen this before. So I'm like, well, you know, what's going on? Where are they at? You know? So let's just finish watching this real quick. This thing is so cool. The maneuverability and the way this, it's just, again, this is the future. This is like 2020, the year that helicopters became obsolete in some other aircraft. And yeah, some of this is slowed down footage, you know, just to make it look cool. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Just spin like that. And you don't have to do it at that angle. You could spin at different angles. How freaking cool. The cost of an SUV, man? You kidding me? There's almost nothing to it. Again, it's the equivalent of a car. Or you know, like a race car. Or you know, street car. Oh, I got to put new camshaft in it. You know, major exhaust system, full long tube headers. I'm putting a blower on it. Gonna have 150 shot of nitrous. Oh, I blew my axle out. Oh, my transmission got effed up. Oh, I hear it tapping in the engine. Yeah, rocker arm screwed up. It's always a problem. I used to have a built Mustang. My friend had a built Mustang as well. I had a GT. He had the old notchback, like a 1990. I had an 89. Mine was the GT. His was the notchback. 5.0s. His was twin turbo. I had a supercharger on mine. When his was working, mine was broken. When mine was working, his car was broken. We never got to line our cars up to see. I think his was probably a little quicker, but still, never had the opportunity. Then I had a rear-mounted turbocharged Camaro SS 1999, and I got that in 2006, I think. And again, engine problem. I gotta get it. Oh, one of the pistons messed up. Had to take the whole engine apart. Not me. Send it off. Oh, we'll replace the piston. Okay. Oh, the transmission's starting to whine. And then I got a Tesla. All electric and new technology. Very few components compared to gasoline motor, rocker arms, camshaft, crankshaft, oil spraying everywhere. Yeah. Electric motors. Battery, electric motor, or motors. In my case, I've got two because it's a performance edition. Front and rear. So you have electric motor, batteries, controller. Done. Electricity flowing. Hardly any moving parts. And as many people have said who own these Teslas, they go to the drag strips, they see cars breaking down, they're racing, they break them down. Oh, I know that guy, yeah, he's done, he's finished. And they're like, every time I come to the track, I drive my own car here, of course, I don't have to trailer it, because the gas mileage is fantastic. While these other cars might be able to be driven here, the gas is absurd, so they don't do it. They break down, and I run every single time, extremely consistent times. The car is very, very consistent. And then I leave here and go home with the air conditioning on, everything's good. And I come back and do it again. The car never breaks, while everyone else's stuff is breaking, the old school stuff. So I'm using that as an example, because when it comes to helicopters, all these damn different moving part, tail rotor, main rotor, all this crap you have to do. Oh, we got dual ignition to check that. You got RPM, make sure the oil temperature's hot, right? Oh, you got 50 hours on it. That's a two-stroke motor, the cheap one. You gotta do the pistons and the rings. Can I just have a personal quadcopter or whatever, a little drone? And there's 3 different fail-safes, they said. One for battery failure problems. There's a fail-safe. One for if 1 or 2, I'm not sure how many can fail propellers. There's 8 of them. fail. The other ones, again, will spin faster to take over. You will be notified immediately, hey, you've got a prop failure or two. Let's say in this example. Oh, that's okay. It can still fly. And then, so battery, propeller, and there was another one, which I don't remember. It's probably on the site somewhere. So I was like, wow, again, redundancy. And they said you can even mount a ballistic parachute if you want. To where, again, you're up in the sky, you're just, whatever, you're scared. Major catastrophic failure, press the button. The motor shut off instantly, unlike a helicopter, where that giant rotor is going to keep going all the way down. So you can't shoot a parachute off that thing because it's going to hit the cords and destroy the thing. So on this little thing, no problem. You turn those motors off, they'll shut right off. And boom, hit the chute. Like, this is the future. And I can't wait. Again, this was 2 years ago. So I'm like, well, we check the site. Where's this at? So let's go over a couple of frequently asked questions. And I clicked on this. I clicked on that and said, yeah, I want to be on the mailing list, so I know immediately what the hell y'all are doing. Also, like if you're going to Oshkosh or something when you're going there, because I want to show up. I've got to see this damn thing in person. What is the price? In full production, Blackfly will be the price of an SUV. We are vague about the exact price so as not to overpromise. When will it be available? Batch production of the first 30 Blackfly vehicles began in the summer of 2019. Once the first 30 vehicles have been completed and tested, we will be demonstrating them on a North American sales tour. Please, please, please. Maybe later this year if things clean up around here, COVID crap. Maybe it's next year, you know what? Okay. I can wait a year. Is there a waiting list? No, there's not. But again, you can get on the mailing list if you'd like to just hear the news. Can I put a down payment? No, not yet. Right now, it's just this black and white color scheme. No different colors. There's not a 2-seat or 4-seat version, but the future holds many possibilities. Can I purchase the motor separately? No, you cannot. Where can I see it in person? We last exhibited it at the EAA's at AirVenture in Oshkosh in 2018. We will announce other trade shows appearances via the mailing list. Again, I just signed up today to get on the mailing list because I just want to be updated when they start saying, okay, because if they say, okay, our first 30 are done and we're ready to take the first sales order, I'm going to go ahead and be honest with you right now. I'll be honest. Let's pretend crypto prices, everything you see right now is dead. That's where they are. And I get an email, oh, the first 30, first come, first serve. I will scrape some crypto so fast, and I'll dip into the bank account a little bit, and come up with that money so fast it'll make your head spin. In order to have what I just showed you on that video. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. And I do think, universe, I love you, you love me, spirit guides, love you guys. Make it happen, baby. Theta, $150, come on, look at get the house paid off, let's get ready for this. I can go out there and explore so fast. I was just looking at one video. There was one video I did in this one particular area. In my drone footage. And I'm like, oh, that looks interesting. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that looks like an opening. Oh, there's two. There's 5 or 6 places I could go to right now in just one little tiny area that is almost nearly impossible to get to. I say nearly because someone had been there. I mean, someone's probably been there. If there's a hole in there that's open, someone's been there. But any modern people get there, it's deadly to get to. So I'm like, that little picture I showed you a minute ago, the cave opening. Again, there's a place I could land. I'd have to go up a little bit and land right over there, and then, oh, there it is. Just hike right down there. You know what? Maybe 150 feet. And yeah, going back up, it's steep, but I'd rather be steep 150 feet than that part, then go back to the other part. That's 300 feet. Go back up the other. That's another 100 feet, and then got to go up 200 feet over there to get back to the cart. Whoa. And there's like a mile and a half of distance in between all that. No thanks. No thanks. So I'm like, this is it. This is what I need. I need you now. More than words can say, I need you now. I've got to have this drone. I need you now. Do you need a pilot's license? Not in the USA. We do require that all operators successfully complete the FAA private pilot written examination and also complete the company mandated vehicle familiarization and operating training. Sure, of course. Hang on one second. All right. Can I test fly? Nope, sorry about your luck. Not at this time. Do the wings rotate? Nope, they're fixed. Can it fit in a trailer? Yes, please watch our features video. Accessible, which I'll show that in a second. How do you move it once it's on the ground? We use 2 small carts. This allows single individual to easily move our vehicles. One person can do it, no problem. Is it an experimental? No, not at this time. Black Fly is an amphibious ultralight vehicle. It can land in the water. This subcategory has an increased weight allowance. So, to give it that status. So, let's go take a look at features and see, where's it at? Supercharging, 80% charge in 25 minutes. And to be fair with you, because I own a Tesla and it's a similar technology, that next 20 minutes probably will take just as long. If you want to go to 100, it'd probably take you another 25, 30 minutes. So an hour to go from really low to fully charged. And imagine bringing a little small generator, because I don't know, and maybe the information's not here yet, but I don't know how it charges. Is it charging on a 240 volt like my Tesla, so we can hit with 7 or 8 kilowatts at the house? Or is this like a standard regular plug-in that's 120 volt? If that's the case, you can bring a little small generator that weighs 45 pounds. I got one. It's a 2200 watt generator. Let that sucker, pump the old girl up, so to speak. But here's a picture. Check this out with the solar panels. I just don't know how they're charging it. Is it 110? Is it 240? Maybe it's 240 and it's charging at 25 minutes. But again, you got a trailer, right? Get an 8 kilowatt freaking generator for $1,000 or whatever. You can get those things for $800. Put it in the trailer. Run the cables outside to the thing. Boom, done. Now you got your 240 volt, in like it was at your house basically. And you just run that thing and charge it up. There it is in the water. If you saw that, so cool. Let's look back at the videos again, because I want to I think the trailer video, flight, farm, testing in the snow, feature, I think it's this one. Let's watch this and then we'll end it. This is just so cool, man. And if it wasn't for crypto and stuff, like, this kind of stuff might not be possible. See the wing? They're pulling the wing off. The front one, I think. And then she's fastening it. Front and rear, he's testing, whatever. Just look at the way it maneuvers. There's the one in the water. Like, how awesome. Could you imagine just cruising to this beautiful little lake or something out in the mountains somewhere? Let's go land over there real quick. Like, again, how freaking awesome, man. So, solar charging capable, yeah, okay. Look at this. Look at that thing. Straight up, have fun, boom. So awesome, man. Oh, I want one so bad. Black Fly. Black Fly, son, won't you come? Now, if this thing is available, crypto, bank account, a little bit, whatever each, I'll be honest, we might even be a little down market crypto. And if I get the email, okay, the first 30, 15 have sold, we got 15 more. Please, I'm begging you. Let me, I got a wire transfer tomorrow. Whatever. I'll sell my crypto Coinbase, you wire transfer it to me, I wire transfer the rest of it in my bank account straight over to them. Done, son. Oh, I'd love to have one of these things. And I'm glad that guy sent me it in the Patreon, because I really hadn't been thinking about that. It's been 2 years. I'm over here looking at this little, you know, 2-seat or single-seat helicopter thing. You know, they're loud. They're, you know, all this stuff. These things are super quiet. It's like a little louder than normal drone. I love it. Like, I'm excited, but damn it. Please, where's the email? Where's the mailing list? Tell me when it's coming out. I can't take it anymore. I need one of these right now, so I can really have an excuse to get back to New Mexico. Now, just think about this. Cryptos do their thing. Everyone's happy. Everything's going off. Hey, guys, Jason up here. I'm going back to New Mexico. Me, Dave, and JC. We found this other spot we're going to go check out. We each have our own black fly. Thanks to Crypto Profits, guys. We all three bought one. We're going to bring them out there. And maybe we store them out there somewhere so that they're always there, you know, in one of these storage units or whatever. Whenever we come into town, we just come get them. Push the thing out of the storage unit, fire it up right there, and take off. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Could we get to the mountain? And yeah, there's stuff close enough in some of these areas, especially this area. So, you know, whatever. Not that it matters. We could get a trailer or whatever, and a longer trailer, an open trailer. Put the three of them on there. Go down to the spot in the mountain, and we all take them off real quick. You know, whatever. Man, I'm just thinking about the possibilities, where our future could be, how fun it could be. Jason, did you see Joe's new video? It's him and the other two guys. They're freaking flying that thing he said back in 2020. Remember that? He first showed it in 2018 with the three amigos. They got one. He's actually flying it and doing videos. How freaking cool. So I'll end this video by saying I just pulled the trigger on a DJI Matrix 100. And they have a new one, 200 and a 300, whatever. But the 100 it's got what I need on it. This FLIR camera, heat camera, I got it to work on my little DJI Mavic Zoom on the top of it with this little mount thing. But you can't control it, the pan, tilt, zoom, nothing. Not that it zooms, but you can't control any of that. There's no gimbal to keep it stable, so it vibrates and shakes. The battery doesn't last very long with that extra weight on there, maybe 16 minutes, 17 minutes, which is okay. I can get stuff done. But the broadcasting on 5.8 gigahertz, it just sucked so bad. Like, I can't see it live, so I'm like, So I have to use the regular camera and then bring it back and hope I was not too close or whatever for this thing, you know. I tested it out last time I was out there with my daughter. It worked, but I just didn't like it. It sucked. So I'm like, I just pulled the trigger today. There was a used one on eBay. It already has 4 batteries ready to go. Like, it has at least $5,000+. Like, if I bought it new, $5,000+ worth of stuff on it, like including the unit. And the guy was asking like $3,200, I think. And I said, well, I had a lot of Patreon sign up recently, and I'm not touching my crypto right now. I know I shouldn't be probably, easy on the toys, but I'm like, I gotta have the right tool for the job if I'm gonna do this. And again, you go do the drone first, then you see the interesting stuff. Then if I had this freaking personal drone thing, okay, now I've got my game plan. Here's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to park right here. We're going to go up. We're going to land over there. Like, so the drone is the little Scout, the little mini one, right? In this case, this one. But it also has the capability to not only, it's coming with a zoom camera that's better than the one I have, and zooms more optical, like mine does 2 times. This does 3.5 times. And with the digital thing, it doubles it to 7 times zoom, which is great. And it has space to also mount the FLIR camera. And the guy I was talking to says, yeah, you can actually, through the software, just switch which camera you want. I'm like, okay, now that's awesome. So I can use the main camera. Okay, time to switch on the FLIR, turn the FLIR on. Okay, we're good there. And he said, this thing will handle 2 batteries. And without the extra weight, it could last 40 minutes in the air. Mine is quoted at about 28 minutes with nothing on it, like just the regular camera, my small one that I have. This thing can go 40 minutes. But if I'm going to have 2 cameras on there, he's like, realistically, you might only get, honestly, maybe 35 out of it. Fine. Are you kidding me? That's fine. So it'll be shipped. It's shipping. I talked to the guy today from eBay. It's coming. He's going to ship it. I don't know if it was today or tomorrow. He's like, I could send UPS or FedEx. Which one? I said, it doesn't matter. You pick. They both come here. So he said, all right. And I asked him, how used, because it was not used that much. really good condition. So I'm like, oh, okay. Not that it matters. You know, I'm buying it used, nearly half price, easily half price with what it comes with. But it was still expensive, you know. But again, universe wants me to do this. The guides, the spirit, they want me to go find stuff out there because there's going to be a story that needs to be told, true history and things, and we're going to discover it. So all these Patreon, again, they come, oh, I'm here for crypto. I'm here for, not so fast. You might think you're there for crypto stuff to talk about, but you might be there to help me succeed in my two buddies exceed in this mission for a while now. And again, I'm going to make it rain on some people with crypto in my Patreon when we make the first discovery. I look forward to that day. Like, extremely excited to make hey guys, give me your crypto addresses. Which ones do y'all want? Here's 3 or 4. Just put all 4 down. All right, just put all 4. Boom. Why put it in just one, right? Just spread it. Boom. So, again, I don't work anymore. I don't have a day job. Universe is lining me up for something else, and I knew this was happening. I could sense it. And I even mentioned it. Like I'm switching gears in my whole life, spiritual stuff, everything. And again, I appreciate all your Patreon members. You might think you're there for one reason, but you might be there for other reasons too, unbeknownst to you and me. But I think I know now. Like, yeah, that's going to help you fund. You don't need investors. You don't need to have any of that nonsense that most people need. You're self-funded. You could buy the equipment you need, a $3,000 freaking drone. Jeez. I wouldn't normally buy that, but again, I went from a lower number of Patreons to quite a few recently. And again, like during a pandemic when people should be leaving because they're losing money. What the heck? More came in? Incredible. I love it. So on that note, you know, I'll keep y'all up to date with what I'm doing in this kind of thing. And look forward to seeing some of y'all with maybe a little crypto profits buying one of these things. Maybe one day we'll be like, hey guys, we're going to such and such area. Beautiful mountain. It's got this huge lake. We're going to all meet there and camp out and we'll bring your black flyer because we got a campground set up, blah, 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 blah. We're going to go fly in the mountain, like 5, 6, 7, 10, 12 of us, whatever. Like, again, man, future, man. Everyone's all panicked right now, and I'm like, no. We got a rough spot. We're seeing some crap happening. But I don't want that future. I want the awesome future I just described. And I think that's what's actually coming anyways. Take care.